Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing very well. In today's video, I am going to attempt to trade within the OTC market. To grasp how the OTC algorithm functions, I feel that relying on support and resistance levels alone is not enough. There are 23 other topics that also need to be included. Only then will I be able to understand the complexities of the OTC algorithm here. So in this video, I will try to see to what extent I am able to understand the movements of the OTC market. And I will see where I am able to build a good position here, and I will try to place a trade there. Otherwise, I will also avoid making any trades. So I am going to try to do all of these different things in today's video. I feel that, first of all, whether it is the OTC market or the real market, finding a chart with good movement is very important. So that is the very first thing I do. This is a chart with quite good movement. So here I will take a rectangle and use it as a level of support and resistance. There is a long wick on the upper side, so I have adjusted the rectangle accordingly, and I will make this rectangle the seller's zone. That means I have not used a double horizontal line, and here I have placed trades for a downward direction. I have just entered a $100 trade, and looking at the chart, this is quite a good green candle. However, it seems to me that almost all the buyers are now completely exhausted. There is also a very long wick visible and a clear level of resistance, so there are actually 2 or 3 different things working here at the same time. That is exactly why I decided to place a trade in the downward direction right here. And let me tell you one very important thing. I am not a professional financial advisor. Before you consider placing any trade yourself, please make sure to do your own thorough research, because in the world of trading, just as much as you see potential profits, there can be significant losses as well. So you really need to keep this fact in mind at all times. The market movement is going downward very nicely now, and I will have to wait patiently until this specific candle finally closes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so guys, finally my trade was in profit here. Again, the support and resistance levels I drew earlier are working correctly. So once again, I will find a new chart with good movement and try to draw the support and resistance lines properly there. So here is a chart exactly like this, where a clear downtrend is visible, and there is also a trend line, so I am avoiding this one for now. And how is the movement of the GBP chart going? This chart is moving in this particular way, so what can I do in this specific situation? First, I need to draw clear support and resistance levels, otherwise I'll simply change the chart because it's not fulfilling the necessary criteria enough. If I can draw support and resistance very strongly on any given chart, only then will I proceed with technical analysis. Otherwise, I won't perform any analysis until I see such a clear chart. And here I have placed a trade in the downward direction. Now, the reason for this is actually very simple. The primary reason why I am placing this specific trade is that the market here has become increasingly and significantly bullish. And previously, some sellers appeared in the market who successfully managed to push the market further downward. And right where I have placed the trade, the previous candle also has a bit of a noticeable wick on the upper side. If you look at it closely, based on the lower wick, it is clear that I can see significantly more sellers here than buyers. So I have placed the trade in the downward direction here, but there is no guarantee that this trade will definitely be profitable for us. There could also be a loss, okay, but here I work purely on price action, not on support and resistance. So here I look at the overall market to determine whether the market movement will be downward or upward. I don't decide based on a particular single candle. So if this trade of mine goes into loss, then here I have placed trades of $100 each. I have placed double trades of $100 each in the downward direction. Now I will wait here for a while until both these trades go into profit and until these candles close. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment box. And one more important thing, if you haven't joined our Telegram yet, the link is in the description, so make sure to go there and join the Telegram. So the market movement is going downward quite nicely, and both of my trades here have ended up being successful. In the same way, I will continue to try to find such charts in the future as well. If I find a chart with good movement and I am able to apply support and resistance very effectively to it. Besides that, I feel that support and resistance alone do not always work. So there are many other factors here, such as the chart itself, patterns, candlestick patterns, and even the concept of long candles comes into play. Sometimes all these fundamental concepts should already be in your mind before you do any reading. I believe these are the specific things that play a much bigger role in the market overall. Consequently, I tend to focus my primary efforts on these particular aspects. Furthermore, it is crucial to remember that you should never invest based on someone else's strategy, because their strategy is personal to them and works for their situation. You can learn properly, and after that, invest wherever you want according to your own understanding. Don't invest even a single dollar just because someone else tells you to, anywhere. So, the market has been quite bearish for a while now. How far will this market go? Until it finds its support level below, the market will continue to trend downward. And as soon as it finds a support level, the market can test that level and bounce back. So here, I will change the chart because I had pressed on one chart earlier and I don't want to keep preferring the same chart continuously. So here, I am looking at a different chart. In this, you should find a chart with long wicks like this. So this chart looks pretty good to a large extent. So I will try to draw support and resistance here. I have directly taken a rectangle because instead of placing two separate levels, it is much better to just use a rectangle. So I will place it on the lower side where I see a lone candle. It's good to draw support and resistance, but it's important that things are fulfilled where the market is actually moving. So from the lone candle, the market is still moving in the downward direction. Now, if we take a closer look at this area, we can see that there are significantly more buyers than sellers on the lower side where I have placed this resistance level. Based on the position of the candle wick, I am going to extend this line further out to get a better view. Okay, that looks right. So now I will place a trade here and I will also add a resistance level on the upper side, which is right here according to this long wick. Based on the long wick, I have created a seller zone on the upper side. So all these levels have now been drawn here, and now I will place a trade here for an overall direction. Finally, I have placed a $100 trade in the upward direction. Why? Because previously, for the last 4 candles, there have already been red candles, so this candle will act as a retracement candle for market stability. And if you look here, there is a very good green candle formed, which indicates that buyers are becoming a bit active here. Another important thing is that previously there were a few sellers as well, so sellers are fewer and buyers are more. This means that the movement here will be dominated by buyers, that is, the market will remain bullish. So in this way, these are very small things. Now, it is possible that beginners may not understand these things right now, but gradually, as you gain knowledge, you will start to understand them. Apart from that, I will have to wait a little here. I think my trade is going into loss here. So here I'll place another trade again. There is a support level on the downside, and right here I have placed a double trade. Both are $100 trades, moving now in that direction. Because previously, if you look at it, a very strong and significant bullish, or you could say green candle has formed. So its indication is also quite clear that there is substantial buying activity and momentum here. Buyers are active. Apart from that, I will have to wait a little here until this candle closes. I mostly use support and resistance, and even within support and resistance, I create sell zones and buyer zones. I never use support and resistance with just a single level. You may have seen this before in the video. If you have any doubts, you can reach out and share your thoughts in the comment box. And you must make sure to leave at least one detailed comment in the comment box of this video. So finally, both of my trades here have been perfect. And a very nice green candle has formed here. Okay. So support and resistance have worked very effectively in the market, and just as I had anticipated in the OTC market, you have to apply the exact same concept twice at the same spot. And that is true. Along with support and resistance, you can also use Allen candles and chart pattern candlestick patterns. So here I am once again carefully trying to find a specific chart that shows a good amount of movement. Right here, I can clearly see a very nice long wick sticking out on the upside. So I am going to draw a solid horizontal line at this point. I'll place this horizontal line at the lower side, specifically from the area where the market has recently been quite bullish. This is the key support level, the exact spot from where the market tested the price and then turned bullish. So I have now marked the support level here. And for a 1 hour direction, I will go ahead and place a trade. Finally, I have placed my trades for a total $100 reward. I have also marked the resistance level on the upside, and by copying this line, I have set the level all the way up to the high price point where that long wick went in 1 minute on the upside. Now this whole area becomes a complete seller's zone, so at the very least, the market will try to reach that target. So I'll have to wait a little bit for this to play out, and just below the previous candle where I originally placed the trade, there is a very long wick visible, which strongly indicates that there are active buyers here and a clear bullish signal is visible. That is exactly why I placed a trade right here for a green candle. Now I will have to wait a little bit until this candle closes properly. And 4, 3, 2, 1, okay. Finally, guys, my trade here has ended in a profit. And let me remind you one last time, I am not a financial advisor. Before placing any trade, please make sure to do your own thorough research. No strategy always works every time, so it's much better to try only after learning the basics first. Because just as you can see the potential profit, there can be losses as well. So the chances are really 50-50 for both loss and profit. So guys, I will see you all soon in the next video. If you like the video, be sure to give it a like. If you're visiting the channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, thank you.